Oil palm farmer in the house. Welcome back to your favorite agricultural and agribusiness YouTube channel. So, there's a question somebody asked me from my point of view and my stand. The question is intercropping cocoa and oil palm together. What is your take, Lawa? Is this something good or is this something bad? So, on today's episode, we are going to be analyzing and dissecting intercropping of cocoa and oil palm together as an intercrop. In case you are watching for the first time, this channel is dedicated to promote sustainable and profitable agriculture. My name is Lawa Olushola Lawa. I'm an agri consultant. I'm a farmer by training, by education, and by practice. So if this kind of content resonates with your interest, kindly click on subscribe button to have access to more of our videos. So now, as we all know, intercrop or intercropping is the planting or cultivating of two different crops together simultaneously on the same piece of land. And intercropping is one of the things I usually advise people to engage in, especially when you are doing oil palm farming, because of the wide spacing and because of the waiting time, so that you can engage the land instead of you to just be coming every time to come and clear with. You can engage the land. The land will be giving you some income while waiting for your oil palm tree to start fruiting. And another advantage apart from that is that particularly if you engage in planting leguminous crops or cover crops, it helps you to control erosion. It helps you to improve the fertility of your soil, and it helps you to fight weed. That is that about that. But talking about intercropping of cocoa and oil palm together, uh, to my best of knowledge, I actually know some few people doing it. But is it the right thing? From my own point of view, from my own stand, I will say it is not right. Are some people doing it? Yes, they are doing it. Is it working for them? It's working for them on the short run. But in the long run, I can bet it with you that it will backfire. And this is the reason. Now, the reason is that oil palm and cocoa are two permanent crop. They are two tree crop. Although uh, cocoa can be regarded as a shrub, but they are still both permanent crops. Now, the advantage or the standpoint of the people that are doing it is that uh, I'm an oil palm farmer, and my oil palm is about 4 5 years. They are preparing to be providing some kind of shade. And at the initial years of cocoa, they need shade. So when their oil palm is about 4 5 years, they will introduce the cocoa along each of the row, whereby the oil palm will now be providing shade for the cocoa. But one thing, the dark side to it is that where they neglect is that uh, cocoa, after planting of your cocoa only needs shade for maximum of 4 years, ideally 3 years, but maximum 4 years. If you want your cocoa to be productive, you have to provide shade crop that will provide shade from the initial years. By the third year, you must start removing all those shade. And by the fourth year, you must have removed all the shade. Now, my question to people who are doing cocoa and oil palm intercrop, they are trying to use the oil palm as a shade crop for the cocoa. Now, is that, are you ready to remove all your oil palm tree when cocoa no longer need shade? Are you ready to do that? If you are ready to do that, then it's fine and good. It's even not fine, because if you are ready to remove it, falling your oil palm tree at that time is just like a loss to you. Oil palm will be about 8 years or 9 years at that time, and that is the time that is the prime age. Within 10 to 20 years of existence, of age, I mean, is the prime age of your oil palm tree. What I mean by prime age is that at that point, it is the point at which they produce the most. And that is when you want to cut them off and remove them from your farm. So, what will you now say is your gain? Now, and apart from that, removing your oil palm or felling your oil palm trees at that time. Oil palm is not like plantain, it's not like papaya. That is, those are the two most recommended intercrop for cocoa. Oil palm is a woody tree that if you fall it and it's very heavy. Now, falling your oil palm at that time, you will end up damaging majority of your cocoa at that time. So from that point of view, I will say no, don't even do it. Another reason is that if you want to do strong head and you say, okay, you want the both of them to coexist and it will go like that. The number one thing is that the projection, oil palm in nature will become taller than cocoa. And don't forget, your oil palm is your first crop. You introduce the cocoa later after 4 years. So it is understandable for your oil palm to be taller than your cocoa. Now, at the point whereby your cocoa don't really need shade again, they also need the sun. The oil palm will be blocking them, reducing the photosynthesis capacity of your cocoa. They will not be able to produce well, and they will be tapping the sun that will come to the cocoa, bringing a kind of high humidity for the cocoa under the shade. And high humidity will bring about more diseases for your cocoa tree. So you are just complicating problem for yourself on the long run. But in a situation whereby you have the plan to systematically removing your oil palm tree. Maybe the oil palm plantation you want to introduce your cocoa into is an old plantation. That one is understandable. But doing it as an intercrop together from the onset is not something that is agronomically right, economically right, and scientifically right. So I just hope I've been able to dissect and explain this uh, in a layman's term that so many people can understand. The most recommended agronomically, scientifically, and any other ethically intercrop for cocoa is either papaya or plantain or banana. So that is all I can say, at least for now. So if you want to do some intercrop, if it's a situation whereby you just want to have 2, 3 crop on your farm, what I will advise you is that why not go for your cocoa? Go for cocoa as the main crop. Then you can have your oil palm at the boundary, at the perimeter. Plant your oil palm round, or plant your cocoa as your main crop. Plant cashew round. So that is another way. By doing this kind of system, any of the crop will not be interfering. They will be on their own and they will all be doing fine. So thank you for your time and see you on the next one. Sheshe.